Have you ever wondered how to make an immune system? No? No? Just me? Alright, just go with it. Well, now you should wonder no more. To start off with, you may ask, why do we even need an immune system? Well, we're literally in a sea of microorganisms, some of which are pathogens. Pathogens are disease-causing organisms, so to avoid being sick with a different sickness every day, your body needs to stop those pathogens. Well, how does it do that? There are two main mechanisms for this. The first one is the non-specific defense. This consists of the first and second lines of defense. The first line is a physical barrier that stops the pathogens from entering the body. You, simply existing, exposes your skin to the air, which is full of bacteria, and the skin acts as a barrier blocking those bacteria. Since there are bacteria in the air, you're most probably breathing them in. However, they're stopped by the cilia and mucus surrounding the respiratory system. However, some pathogens can be very smart and get past the sticky mucus. Those then get destroyed quickly by the acid in your stomach. If the microorganisms are able to get past the first line of defense, the second line comes into play. Its role is to stop the spread of infection, which mainly consists of the inflammatory response. This is when blood supply is increased to the area of infection, which increases the blood and nutrients to fight it off. A group of molecules called histamines cause vasodilation, resulting in the response. This is a fancy way of saying that blood vessels enlarge, which increases blood supply. This increase in blood supply causes redness and swelling, or even disease symptoms such as common cold symptoms. These are coughing, sneezing, redness, and runny nose, as an attempt to cure you. An increase in blood supply also means that there are more blood cells around, such as macrophages. These are huge phagocytes, which is a type of white blood cell, which can eat hundreds of bacteria, each. This is by extending projections of cell membrane called pseudopods. The increase in blood means that there are more interferons, which are chemicals that block viral infections released by the blood. The other immune system mechanism is the specific defense, or the third line of defense. This consists of another branch of white blood cells, lymphocytes. The two main types of them are B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. These originate in the bone marrow and circulate in the blood and lymphatic tissue. This consists of the spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, and adenoids. Both types of lymphocytes have the function of recognizing antigens. An antigen is anything that triggers an immune response. The T lymphocytes have a cell-mediated response, which involves fighting pathogens by hand-to-hand combat. B lymphocytes, however, have something called a humoral response, which involves producing antibodies, which are proteins specific to one type of antigen. For example, a polio antibody cannot bind to a HIV virus. It can only bind to a poliovirus. Antibodies neutralize antigens by binding to them, which makes it easier for a macrophage